Dying Light was a breath of fresh air into the decaying lungs of the zombie game genre, bringing vibrant parkour and complex melee combat to the table in a tight open world. It thus attracted a small legion of dedicated fans almost immediately upon its release. Now a sequel is on its way, with a release date set for Christmas time. Here is everything you need to know about it. Dying Light 2, Stay Human was first shown by Polish studio Techland at E3 2018. Then again at E3 2019, with an extended 24-minute gameplay demo that went into way more depth. However, several development issues and the ongoing pandemic meant that progress on the game was slower than usual. Still, it's now 2021 and Dying Light 2 has a release date. A regular series of online update events, called Dying 2 No, has also shown us much more on the game. It will hit stores on December 7, 2021, with pre-orders available now. Dying Light 2 will be available on the current-gen machines, the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, plus last-gen, Xbox One and PS4. It will also be released for PC, where you can expect it to look absolutely bleeding edge. We've also recently had confirmation that on both PC and Xbox Series X the game will support 120 FPS, so if you've got a 120Hz display you could be in for some smooth action at lower resolutions. Sadly, it doesn't sound like the mode will make it to PS5. Dying Light 2 will follow some of the templates left by the first game in terms of how its story is structured. However, players will take on the role of a new character this time, Aiden Caldwell. The first game's hero stayed in the city of Heron to keep things stable. It's also set 15 years further down the line, with humanity entering a new dark age, robbed of so much of the technology it had taken for granted. The new game will be set somewhere called simply the city, as far we know now. There's a more European take on things, with large boulevards and monuments dotted around the place. Once again, players will have to strike deals with local fixers and survivors to increase their resources and help the area, although things might be a little more complicated this time around. We've seen multiple slices of missions where player choices will have a direct impact on the world around them over time, handing power and resources to certain factions and therefore letting them take the upper hand in neighborhoods. That looks an interesting dynamic which is sure to have a role in Dying Light 2's overall story. Techland has said the game map is 4 times the size of Dying Light, with 7 regions to explore, so it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover and investigate as Caldwell searches for a mysterious item that could apparently change the course of history. In gameplay terms, meanwhile, what we've seen of Dying Light 2 has made it look like a clear upgrade on its predecessor. The devs have already said that the number of parkour moves available to players has roughly doubled. That means there are more ways to vault, jump, slide and swing around the city, whether it's using the rooftops as your routes, swinging from hanging cables, or using carefully placed banners to break your falls. There's even a new paraglider which sounds like it could be a big part of how you get around and be pretty useful in combat as well. Plus, of course, the melee combat system is expanding too. There are apparently 50 new combos to apply to weapons, alongside a whole range of new hardware to experiment with, from tomahawks to street signs. It looks as crunchy and powerful as ever, while stealth is also a key part of your arsenal, too.